Hello and welcome. I thought I'd talk about making one of my favourite liqueurs that you can make through winter, which is Seville Orange Gin. It's one of the simplest and quickest homemade liqueurs you can have. You start with Seville oranges. These are the big, thick-skinned, sour things that people buy for making marmalade. They are delicious, but you can't eat them as they are. They are far too sour. However, the zest around the outside and the flesh itself is full of flavour, despite the fact it's also full of acid. It has more flavour in it than any sweet orange you'll find, which is why you use it for making things like marmalade. Speaking of which, I've made my marmalade this year. That's a batch of Seville orange marmalade. I think I made 15 jars. I might put a video about that up later. I've got that on my blog if you want to read it. The ingredients for this are very, very simple. You need some sugar, that's to taste. You need some gin, that's a second cheapest one from Sainsbury's. The juice, here I've got the juice of 7 oranges, and you need the zest of those oranges as well. I've already juiced and zested them. This takes a couple of days. It's very, very fast, it's not instant. We're going to leave these soaking in gin today, and we're going to come back the day after tomorrow and do the rest of it. But for now, we're going to pour into that zest. You only want the zest, you want none of the white, because that's very, very bitter. You want the sourness and the oranginess of the juice, but you don't want the bitterness of the pith. That'll do. And a little bit of gin into the orange juice. That's not because we're going to be finishing with that much gin, we're going to put more in, but that's to stop it going off over the next couple of days. And then we're going to leave it. We're going to come back the day after tomorrow. Why are you doing that, you're asking? Why aren't you just mixing it all together? We can see already that gin is getting some colour. Orange zest is full of an oil, a very wonderfully orangey fragrant stuff, which doesn't dissolve very quickly in water, but it does dissolve in alcohol. And we want it all out. We want as much flavour as we can get out of those oranges. So if we leave this for a day or two, we'll soak all that flavour out of those, we can strain it and we'll be ready to go. The next day we added sugar syrup and we bottle it. I'll add to this video later. I'll see you the day after tomorrow. This is part 2 of my Seville Orange Gin recipe. Slightly out of focus. Today it's, well, very simple. It's been soaking. Got a glorious shade of orange in the gin, which is made with Seville orange zest. And this is juice and gin. We've now got a lovely amalgam of flavours, and we're starting to settle out all of the sediment. This will do now. If you drink this now, it will suck your gums back off your teeth. It's so sour. But what I want to do is I want to get the worst of the sediment off it. I put it through a sieve. And then we're going to strain it more slowly through a cloth. Now I'm going to use a clean tea towel. You can use a cheesecloth or a bit of muslin, whatever you want. It's not going to be crystal clear, but you won't be drinking this crap here. At this stage I give it a little squeeze, but there's no need to. There's very, very little juice left in there. That comes out quite dry. I've got here a colander and a metal bowl. Clean tea towel. You can use, as I say, whatever kind of pudding cloth or whatever kind of cloth you like, as long as it's clean. And this will take probably an hour or so to drain through properly, because it does a lot of particulates, fill the gaps in the cloth. But there's no hurry. I can go in and leave this now. As this bowl starts to fill up, as it stops draining, I can decant it into a bigger bowl. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you very much. So here we go. This is the last stage of making our orange gin, Seville orange gin. It'll taste rather like richly alcoholic marmalade when we're done. It's quite delicious. Now I said you're going to need to add some sugar. What I've done is I've boiled some sugar. That's in here. I've used about 5 ounces, so about 130 grams of sugar, in just enough water to cover it, and that's all there is. And then heat it up to make it dissolve. If you drink this now, it's like drinking the most sour concoction you can imagine. It's ridiculously orangey, as you'd expect. But to make it work, we're going to have to add this sugar syrup. I'm not going to add it all at once, not because it will go wrong or anything, but because I don't want to make it too sweet. How much sugar you'll add will depend upon how sweet you like it. I like it quite sweet, but I don't want it to be cloyingly, sickeningly sweet like an orange jelly. A bit more. Ultimately, I'm going to be mixing most of this with vermouth at various points to make a sort of a marmalade-y martini. Oh, that's almost right. A bit more. So about that much sugar. with, well, there's most of the bottles in there so far, and the juice of 7 oranges and the zest of 7 oranges. Perfect. That's sweet, it's acidic, strongly flavoured, it's quite delicious. Alright, get rid of the pan I made the sugar syrup in, and just to make this easier, put it into a jug. It's not that it has to go into a jug by any means at all, it's just that I'm using this with one hand and I will spill it if I get this wrong. And then into a nice bottle. I say a nice bottle, this one's completely ostentatious and over the top. Now you might have a bottle full already. If you added as much gin as I did, you might be a bit short. If you're a bit short, just top it up with a bit more gin, it'll be fine. But if you've got more in a bottle, damn, you'll just have to drink it. No, seriously, find another bottle, store it away, don't drink it all at once, you'll fall over. There we go. Spill a little drop. I'll find a bottle for that stuff. And there we go. Seville Orange Gin. Easiest, simplest liqueur to make. Takes a couple of days of waiting around. Literally it's 2 days. You give it 2 days for the gin to steep in the flavours from the zest. And there you have it. Bright orange, delicious. Thank you very much. If you like this, then let me know in the comments. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. If you don't, screw you, hippie. Thank you very much. I'll see you again later. Bye.